Okay, welcome back to Regiments. We're on phase 3 of the first Operation Dissonance. We're moving into a new sector for this video. We're moving into Vogtei-Chem VEB, which I think is a chemical enrichment plant. Earlier we were in Latterbach, but now we're in Vogtei-Chem BB, and eventually we're moving up to Mulhausen. For this part of the engagement, we're now dealing with more entrenched enemies. We found out the last time that now that we've dealt with the forward elements, we're free to proceed to their central rallying point. So recon elements report the rebels have entrenched in the industrial center, cluster ahead, clear it out. So we're dealing with an entrenched group of enemies in an industrial environment rather than the more open countryside we were dealing with before. We ended up with 214 operational authority points from our last battle, which means we've got quite a lot of points we can invest here. As you can see, we have points here to restore units. This is all the vehicles, or the vehicles we've lost in the last few engagements. Just to show how this works, the number on the left-hand side of each of our units is how many of these we have total. So we have 8 T-72M1s. We deploy 3 every time we deploy the unit. So we can basically deploy this 3 times before we run out of units. 3, 6, 9. Well, actually, we can't deploy it 3 because we haven't got 9. So I can spend 5 points to give us back a 9th one to deploy the full unit 3 times. Over here, the game is showing us that we don't actually have enough Sannies to deploy a full unit. That's why this isn't red. I've done the maths. We can afford to refill all of these units. So I'm going to refill our Heinz, our Sanni, both of our BTR units, this tank unit, and our BRDBMs, which are quite important, and we don't lose those. Now, we still have 179 points. I've done the maths here. We need 875 points to deploy everything we have. So I'm going to spend 75 of our points to increase our deployment points. But then I'm also going to spend 50 points to level up Task Force Breach. Now what that is going to do is it's going to give us T-72s, not T-72M1s, T-72s. So it's T-72Ms, which I think is a better version of the tank. Now, we'll probably be deploying them rather than one of our T-72M1 units to start with, and eventually we'll backfill the amount of deployment points we need to be able to deploy those as well. You'll see that when we level them up to level 3, we also get... I don't think we get much more when we level it up. Oh no, they become T-72M1s. The M1 must be the superior unit. I can see what it is. It's a unit of 4 T-72M1s rather than 3 T-72M1s. It gets at level 3. That's what's really good about it. So I'm going to spend those points. We'll just completely compare these. So these have 14 front armor, 13 turret armor. These have 14 front, or actually 15 front armor, 16 turret armor, but these have been degraded by combat. So the T-72M1s are an upgrade over the T-72s. They must have an armor package assigned to them. Now we have 50 points left. I'm actually going to spend that on... We've no use for engineer support in this engagement. You can see here by mousing over where we're going, the modifiers to this battle are allied garrisons, has early exit, must secure exit, no pre-battle deployment. If there's pre-battle deployment, engineers are important. So we could spend the points now to have it later on. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to spend 50 points to increase our tactical support income. That just means I can use more tactical support more often. We have the artillery smoke, we have the heavy artillery, and we have the napalm. So I want to use that when I can. I'm not looking to buy any of the other task forces right now. I'm pretty happy with what we've got. That's a really good spending of our points. We only have 4 left. So let's go to events and get ready for this engagement. So because I only picked negative options previously, I now only have 2 positive ones. This one here makes air tactical aids 50% cheaper and gives me an additional air tactical aid. And this one means the phase lasts for 5 more minutes. I'm going to go for the air superiority, or maybe I want the extended ops for this one. Try and get through it all in one engagement. This will put a lot of pressure on me. But if I can do this in one go by capturing the way to win this is to capture a point, and I'll keep the air superiority for the last engagement. Let's try that. We'll go for a longer engagement for this one. Let's go to battle. Okay, welcome to our map that we're going to be playing over for Operation Part 3, I guess, Phase 3 of Operation Dissonance. It's a different map from before. You can see we've got quite a lot of open countryside that leads into quite a built-up area over here. If we zoom in a little bit, you can see there's an industrial park here. That leads on into another industrial sector here. Lots of close quarters areas for fun. There's obviously been conflict here previously. Big chemical works of some kind here. This is called Chemwerk. We'll look at this in a second. And then there's another industrial zone here that leads into a village. And these are going to be the focal points for our engagement. If I just bring up the control points here, you can see that we have 2 deployment points here in what is the south side of the map. And the AI has 2 deployment points up here on the north side of the map. You can see there's a linked chain of control points. We'll start over here. We've got Kammerforst and Delta. These are both in slightly built up areas. This is quite a tricky area to deal with. We've got lots of buildings surrounded by trees. You have to watch out for ambushes here. And this also links to one of the enemy's deployment zones. So this is going to be a reinforcement corridor for them. Over here we have Chemwerk east and south. We start with 2 of these points captured, but no units defending them. These are very open, very little in the way of cover territory sectors compared to what the the rebels are starting with, which is very built up, very heavily defended areas. So we did take this into account when we were assaulting these areas, that the enemy will be entrenched and well defended. All of these buildings give a defensive bonus. Kenvert West and Kenvert North lead into Hotel. Hotel is another very well built up point. It has this hedgerow here, which will protect it very well from vision from anything in this side. You kind of want to come at it from this hill here. This gives you excellent vision down into the zone. We need to think about that when we're attacking into Hotel. Hotel leads into Vogtai West, another great built up area with lots of cover. Vogtai North and Vogtai East. These three zones will defend each other quite well. This is a very strong point for the enemy. You'll also notice they have padlocks on them. In order to unlock these zones, you need to capture Hotel and then each of these sequentially. Once you've captured all of them, 2 next stage will unlock. Capturing 2 next stage will get you 100 victory points and complete the mission and move you on to the next stage of the mission. So it is imperative that we capture this as soon as possible. This is how we win. It doesn't matter what are the points we capture. Now, the AI will move forward and attempt to capture points with us. So my proposal is we kind of ignore Kenvert South and Kenvert East to begin with. These are not great staging areas. The view from them is terrible. If we look here, the enemy luckily doesn't have a great sight on us in Kenvert South, but if we have a unit here in Kenvert North, you can actually see quite well into Kenvert East. These are not great positions to attack from. My proposal is we deploy here, move to Delta. We'll actually probably deploy a mix of units, some here to come at Delta from 2 different directions. Capture Delta, and then from Delta, we'll use the cover that's here to assault into Kenvert West. We'll attack Kenvert North from Kenvert West. We'll recapture these if we need to. Use this hill here to attack into Hotel, and then we're going to have to get into a little bit of a slugfight moving forward from there. This is going to be grindy and difficult. This is the worst type of warfare you want to get into. This is quite nasty, close combat urban warfare. We're going to have to use a lot of napalm, a lot of artillery, a lot of smoke to get through this. Let's get on with it, though. I've talked for quite a long time here. So first things first, I want to get our BRDMs in a position where they can see into Delta without being too obvious. Now, unfortunately, there's a hedgerow here that means our BRDMs can't see into Delta very well. They can see a little bit, but not great, and I don't want to get them too close. Back here's a little bit better, but they still can't see that far into it. I could try and sneak them into this. It's not ideal. I could also put them here. That's too far back. I think we're just going to have to go with this hedgerow here and see what we can see and maybe move them once we're secure. So I'll put them here, which is a safety move. And let me just quickly set them to hold their fire. And I'm going to set them to control 6 so that I know that that's what their control group is. Now I'm going to deploy 2 different task groups, which contain a T-72M1 and a BTR. This is task group 1. So we're going to give them control 2 as their control group. And their orders for now are to move into this forest here. And then I'm going to deploy a second task group, which is the T-72M1, and actually give them a move order so they don't start off just sitting nowhere. And the BTR with riflemen, and that's task group 2. So I'm going to give them the control group 3. Then I want to call in our mortars. They're just going to move to the back of this forest for now, where they should give quite a lot of support fire. Our Shilka are going to support them. I'm not going to give them control groups. Actually, we'll give the Sani control, but we'll give it control 5. We're also going to call on our Hinds. I'm just going to put them back here for now. They'll be control group 4. And then that leaves the HQ unit, which I actually want to join in with this group here. And they're going to join group 3. Control 3. And the supply trucks I want to leave in... Actually, we'll put the supply trucks here with the mortars. Maybe back on the side of this road here. So that's everyone deployed and given orders. Let's unpause the game and get combat started. We're going to wait for the BRDMs to get in position and give us as much intel as possible before we make any aggressive moves. We also have our smoke and artillery. We want to take Delta and use that to take West. I think attacking from South is just too dangerous situation. Our HQ units need an order. I have not moved them up yet. Our helicopters are in position. As you'll notice, the veterancy that we acquired in the last 2 phases has carried over to this, which is quite nice. Unfortunately, we didn't manage to get any veterancy on our mortars or most of our infantry because they died They didn't die a lot, they just didn't do as much work as the tanks. But hopefully we'll be able to consolidate that this time. That's our BRDM now moving up to the hedgerow. They've already detected enemy trench works here. So they've put a block probably along this hedgerow here. They can't see anything else at the moment. I'm going to move them along the hedgerow a little bit to here and see what they can see. Okay, we detected an enemy unit. Let's just get everyone to hold fire for now. What's the hotkey for that again? Nope. It's H to hold fire. And we'll get these guys... Oh, okay. Our mortars are already firing. So I'm going to move these units up to this hedgerow, and I'm going to move these units up to this hedgerow here. I'm also going to drop smoke on these riflemen for now. Okay, we found another enemy unit here. I'm going to move the rifleman up. We're going to bring the Hinds up and shoot at these guys from the side. We've also got the AI deploying units to help. Let's just make sure nothing else is going. We've only detected, this is probably a T-72. There's an enemy mortar of some kind over here as well. They're firing on the Sanis. The Sanis take a lot of fire. I'm going to bring them back. I'm going to bring the Shilka back as well. I'm going to bring our HQ units up to here. Have I actually deployed these guys? I think I have. Yeah, I have. Let's undeploy them so they're not moving out of cover. Bring our riflemen to here. Okay, that tank unit's been wiped out. Let's bring these helicopters back for now. They've still got ammo. T-72 unit here has not lost a tank yet, but I don't want them to take any further damage. Let's bring them back. Riflemen up to the edge here, and then we'll deploy them. I should deploy them now and get them to move up to this position. Let's deploy these riflemen as well. I think they're in range to use their AT from here. What am I thinking about? Nothing else has been detected at the moment. I don't see anything else firing at us. There is a mortar unit somewhere over here. We'll wait for these units to reinforce. We lost 2 Sanis, unfortunately, from that barrage. So I want to actually retreat them. What's the retreat key again? It's Q twice. I'm going to bring these supply units up to here. Actually, that's a bit too far forward. I'll bring them to here. Let's get these riflemen to move forward. They're obviously not in machine gun range, so I'm going to bring them back into their vehicles and bring them forward a little bit further. That's those units dealt with. Let's capture the point with these riflemen. AI's dealing with some stuff over here. I'm going to let the AI deal with that. We've got anti-tank fire coming in from Kemverk Vest. Let's turn our BTRs to face. That's a big hit. They've obviously got line of sight on us. Let's bring the BRDM up to here, see what they can see, and we're going to bring our BTRs just into as much cover as possible. I'm going to bring the T-72s up to here, and the supply units up to here. These T-72s are going to turn and face, and the HQ units are going to come up to here as well. Alright, we've taken Delta. We didn't take too many casualties. Let's get the helicopters back and get them to resupply. The Shilkas I'm going to bring up just into this forest here. And we're going to wait until we've got our Sanis back. Sanis are actually ready to redeploy. Let's bring them up into the forest as well. I'm waiting to see if the BRDM detects anything. It hasn't so far, so I'm going to get it to move through the forest here. And see if it picks up anything when it gets to the edge there. And then we'll plan out our next engagement. By then, the T-72 should have been repaired. And we can go from there. It looks like the AI is capturing this point here, and they've detected this artillery unit. If they take that out, that'll be a boon for us. I might leave an infantry unit here just to guard this point, but I don't really want to leave anything behind. Well, I'm kind of happy for the AI to do that work for us. Helicopters are rearming. That's good. So I want to take Kemverk West from this direction because it doesn't have any cover. I can put some units in these trees here, put some units in these trees here, and they can fire into the zone and see it pretty well. Let's actually move the supply unit up to here, now that it's finished rearming these... Oh, enemy aircraft inbound, or is that allied aircraft? That's allied aircraft. Okay, that's that artillery dealt with. That's the sound of cluster mines. Yeah, he's doing a good job back here, and now they'll now support our push up. Okay, we detected some BMP-1 with riflemen. Who is engaging them? Oh, the mortars are engaging them. Let's move the mortars before they get counter-batteried. And then I want to move, wait for these riflemen to did we lose a vehicle here? No, we didn't. So I'm going to wait for these units to rearm. I'm going to move these tanks up to about here. That's allied T-55s taking fire. I can't really do much about that. What we can do, though, is we can smoke out this Conqueror's unit. And then hopefully engage it with our T-72s. Let's just stop you guys about here. Riflemen are now back in action. Let's bring them up to... I should just order them to move forward. Order my T-72s to stop around here. I don't want them to get too close forward. Let's bring the Hinds up as well. There is artillery striking here, so I'm going to just divert these BTRs. Let's make sure everyone's back in their vehicles as well. You can tell they're not because of the speed they're moving at. There's actually a toggle that shows in the bottom right. I need to get better at checking for that. Okay, those Conquerors are attacking our tanks. So we just get to them. Let's just move these guys back a little bit. And let's get the helicopter to shoot at them. That's a priority target. I do not want to lose these tanks. Shouldn't turn them. Okay, they're okay. Okay, that's the Conquerors unit dealt with. Our riflemen are moving forward. Let's get these guys to dismount. We'll get these guys to advance if they need to. We'll get these tanks to advance if they need to. Okay. One PTR-70 rifleman unit here. Let's bring the supply units up to this position here. Let's bring these guys over to here. Let's get the Hinds back to rearm. Got AI units moving up to support us, which is nice. A little bit too far forward with those riflemen. Let's just bring them back. There's obviously something in the middle here. Okay, let's get the BRDM up. Get it to this hedgerow. I'm going to hold these T-72s at this hedgerow here. We're going to get our other T-72s to move up to this location here. Have I missed anything? No, mortar support is moving up. Supplies moving up. Let's just get these rifleman units into these buildings where they can be resupplied shortly. And bring the supply unit up to the back here.
Zone capture.
Okay, we've got Kemverk Fest. We're taking our T-72s are taking artillery fire. They should be okay in the forest here. What I want to do is just resupply really quickly. Our HQ unit could probably... Actually, it's almost got the range if I just maybe brought it... I want to wait till we advance and bring it up a little bit further forward. Okay, these T-72s are taking quite a lot of fire. Let's move them up to here. They can obviously be detected here. Looks like the T-55s are scouting in force. It looks like we haven't got great vision here. So let's move the BRDMs up to this location. And I want to break right with these tanks and come at them from this angle. Okay, we detected an enemy unit. An enemy unit here. This is... Okay, we've got 2 units of tanks. We don't know what they are yet. The BRDM is collecting information. Two units of T-55s. These are T-55s AM2s. I believe the AM2 variant has an ATGM. Sorry, a tow rocket. Someone was correct asking me not to correct that, but ATGM in my experience means air-to-ground missile. So it's not the correct use for a tank to have an ATGM. BRDM1's in position. Our riflemen are pretty much ready to go. Let's bring them up to this hedgerow. I'm not going to move them forward yet. We've got an aircraft in... Okay, it's allied aircraft. Bring you forward to here. I'm going to bring these T-72s around to here to attack from this direction. That's nice cluster bombing. I'm going to drop heavy artillery on these T-55s here. Supply units need to move up. HQ units need to move up. We've got a good walking barrage as well from our Sanis. I'm going to bring our helicopters in a little bit closer. I want them to use their machine guns on the riflemen. Their miniguns even. Let's bring the infantry. Actually, no, let's just move orders to the infantry. Let's bring these tanks over to here. Let's bring... Yeah, these tanks are moving forward, which is good. There's a artillery or something here that is shelling our helicopters. Let's get them out of there. Let's move the Shilka and the Sanis to this forest here. We need to get the BRDM forward and get eyes on whatever it is that is attacking us with artillery. But I think we're about to clear Kemverk North. There's an artillery up here. I don't really want to napalm it. I don't really want to smoke it either. Where is it hitting? It's counter-battering the Sanis. So that's long-range artillery. The Sanis should be okay. Let's bring our HQ unit up as well. Let's bring our supply units up. I don't want to supply the AI. These are my units. Let's get these T-72s up on this hill. Let's get these T-72s in this hedgerow here. Let's get the BRDM in the hedgerow as well to see what we can see. We're capping Kemverk North now. This is good progress we're making. The AI has not left anything to defend Delta, but it has some forces back here. So when the enemy will deploy from here and counterattack Delta, I don't really care. Okay, we've got a counterattack incoming. That's probably going to be coming in at Delta. I want to keep pushing. I kind of want the AI to respond to that counterattack. That's my plan. Okay, we've got enemy units detected. Lots of enemy units detected. Okay, let's think about this for a second. We've got tanks, T-55As. These are probably going to be T-55s as well. We've got an infantry unit in the trees here. Let's air defense threat high. It's not worth bringing planes. There must be enemy AA here. Let's drop an artillery barrage on this infantry here. Let's make sure our units are getting into decent positions. The T-72s up on this hill will be instrumental in this next engagement. Let's get our riflemen. Let's get the AT riflemen into these buildings here. We'll get the other riflemen into... I need a defended location, this one here, and I'll get them to deploy when they get there. The Sani and the Shilka should be okay. The Hinds are almost fully repaired and rearmed. We're going to have a big engagement here. Our T-72s have been detected. They are taking... Let's retreat them. They're taking a lot of anti-tank fire.
Zone captured.
Okay, we've got Kemverk North. We're pulling these guys back. Let's actually drop smoke on them, just to try and protect them. I want to get these guys deployed. I want to get these guys deployed. There's a lot of stuff here. Lots of veteran units as well. There's a big cluster. Oh, I really want to drop napalm on them, but it's not worth risking them. It's also a very bad idea to bring the helicopters in while the Shilka is alive. Let's try and focus the Shilka down. So we'll get the T-72s to focus fire on the Shilka. Everyone else can just shoot at what they can. The T-72s need to retreat to back here. What else have we got? What's the range on the HQ? HQ is giving everything a buff, which is good. We'll hold fire for now. We need to kill that Shilka. This is our major threat right now. T-72s are moving forward to get eyes on the Shilka. We've got entrenched riflemen here. We've got an L-shaped engagement going on, actually. T-55 units gone down. Shilka is engaging our tanks. We're losing tanks. Let's pull them back. Shilka unit is almost dead. Sani and Shilka are being suppressed, but I kind of can't afford for them to disengage right now. I need to kill the Shilka. I'm actually going to risk bringing the Mi-24Ds up to engage the Shilka as well. I'm hoping they can get a missile off before it engages them. T-55s are running down my riflemen. Getting attacked from all sides. I'm actually going to retreat this T-72 unit. I don't want to lose it. These guys are panicking here. I'm going to bring these T-72s over to here to repair and rearm. Okay, we've lost sight on the Shilka. Let's bring the helicopters back. They can engage the riflemen at least. There's the Shilka again. I need someone to kill that Shilka. Riflemen, can you engage... it's not really great to get riflemen to engage a Shilka. Let's try and drop an artillery barrage on it. It is not in great health. And the Sani and the Shilka... The Shani is shooting at it as well. I kind of want this Shilka a little bit more further forward, to be honest. I want it with our troops. Okay, they're moving the Shilka out of range. They're also smoking my troops. We've got some reservists up here. Not a great location for them. Okay, the Shilka is out of action. That's great news for us. Let's bring these guys back here to repair and rearm. And these guys back here. Oh, our supply units is empty. Let's retreat it. Okay, that went better than I thought it would. Let's get the helicopters back here to resupply. We don't have a lot of resupplies available, but I should be able to get a full load from our resupply units when they come back in. Let's get these T-72s back in as well. Looks like there's more units here. The AI's pushing up right now. These T-72s are... I'm going to retreat them too. I want them back in full strength before we go into our next engagement. I can't really afford with the riflemen, however, so I'm going to bring them forward. There's lots of enemy entrenchment here. Let's get one of my BTR-70s down and around into this forest. Let's get the BRDM down and around into this forest. Make sure it's gone back up to hold fire because it did engage in that last engagement. Shilka here. These riflemen I want to bring up for now, just to say here. Let's not get them too close to anything, actually. I don't want them to hit by an artillery barrage. And then the HQ unit to here. Our other T-72s will be available in 22 seconds. We wait for the points for them anyway. Supply units, I can't call them in because I haven't got enough supply. So we do need to get our supply income up. This is a big problem. T-55 unit just got routed. BRDM is detecting a lot of enemy units. I'm going to drop napalm on these 3 units here. My BRDMs better not get engaged. This is a BMP-2 Guards Regiment. Not regiment, platoon. Here comes our... Actually going to drop heavy artillery on these units here as well. Here comes our Su-24s. They are being engaged. There must be a Silka somewhere. I think I saw a Silka and forgot about it. Not great. Not a lot of joy with that airstrike. Okay, our riflemen. This is a problem here. We don't have any combat engineers to deal with this. Let's get our other T-72 unit up here. I can't call this in, unfortunately. I haven't got the units for it. AI is calling in a cluster bomb. Nice. That was good. That was really good. This is a good time to push, but I haven't got my units in position. Let's get our other unit of riflemen up on this hill for now. And let's bring the HQ unit up to the back. I don't really want to put it in the back of the forest. Just put it in the back of the town here where the riflemen were a second ago. No enemy counterattack on our back lines, which is great. T-72s are moving up. Helicopters are resupplied. Let's bring them close, but not bring them into the fight just yet. Actually, let's not leave them in that forest. That's not a great place for them. Let's... Assanis are running low on ammo, which I'm not super happy about. Another counterattack is incoming. We might just need to hold our position. Okay, the BTR... Are these getting engaged? Let's drop some smoke just to cover their movement. Okay, we do have an enemy engagement coming in from the north here. Let's get the BTR-70s on the hill. And they should be able to help with this. These are full veterancy riflemen and BMP 1Ps. Just let's get the helicopters over here, actually. Got a T-72 unit moving up as well to support. We'll deal with this counterattack, then we've got 10 minutes to capture these 3 locations. This is a huge counterattack. Let's drop an artillery barrage on these infantry coming forward. I don't want to pull these units back. These riflemen may die. This is a really nasty push the AI has coming for us. Sanis are out of ammo. Let's just get them out of here. We still can't call in our support units. I need to bring our other unit T-72s up. These riflemen need to come and support as well. I'm going to have to retreat these guys. They're in a terrible position. Okay, we are doing damage to them now. This might be a Shilka. Right, let's get the helicopters out of there. They're out of ammo. No, it's tanks. Okay, that BTR-70 unit has retreated. They'll be available in 25 seconds. This counterattack has delayed our timeline quite considerably. These PT-76, I think they're infantry transports. They're light tanks. Why would you rush light tanks at T-72s? I've never even seen a PT-76 before. Oh, we're taking artillery fire. Let's retreat. Okay. Infantry here. Okay, the AI's moving units in to help. BRDMs don't seem to be detecting anything in these locations. What's their view like? They haven't got great vision. Let's move them just slightly over. Helicopters are rearming. We can get our riflemen back. I'm going to put them in this forest here, ready for our next engagement. T-72s don't look like they've got line of sight on those riflemen. They need to move to about here to get that. Let's put them here. These ones also don't have line of sight. Let's move them forward. We're about to have an engagement over here, actually. I want to bring the helicopters back up. These artillery strikes are causing me a lot of bother. Did we lose we did lose a carrier. Got allied artillery, which is great. Can we call these Sanis back in yet? Yeah, we can. Let's get them in this forest here. I had to retreat the HQ unit there because it was taking direct fire. Okay, let's get these tanks here to reclaim Kenworth North. And I'm going to try and get this unit up here. There's our Shilka engaging. The BRD arm needs to get out of there. I'm going to retreat them. Here comes my napalm strike. Damn. So there is anti-air here that's waving them off. We should get one deployment. Oh, and the AI called a cluster strike in right before my napalm strike. Okay, that was pretty brutal. Possibly a war crime there. Lots of artillery coming in from up here, which I can't really do anything about right now. I could try and send the helicopters up. Where are the helicopters? Here they are. They're out of ammo. Let's bring them back. They just eat all of my supplies. Waiting for Kenvert North to be captured. Okay, got the tanks up on the hill, which is where I wanted them. 3 seconds till I can bring the BRDM-2s back. Okay, that assault was repulsed.
Zone captured.
Let's bring our tanks up. These riflemen are ready to go. I'm going to wait until the AI is engaging here. What we'll probably do actually is we'll deploy some smoke along this axis here, which means I can bring my riflemen up. Let's get the BRDM-2s back and just make sure that they are set to hold fire. Supply is available as well. That's excellent. Let's bring the supply up. Let's get the Sannies. They're moved just into position. Fantastic. And then let's get these units to move up into hotel. The AI is currently stuck trying to get through these emplacements. Oh no, it looks like those reservists go straight through. What is a 9P148? Oh, it's Conquerors. Okay. We need to get our HQ unit back. Let's do that now. We've got 5 minutes to capture all of these points. We are capturing hotel. If the AI is capturing hotel for us, I'm going to move on. Okay, we're taking fire. Turn. We need to get the BRDM up. I need to see where the enemy are.
Remaining.
Let's get the BRDM up into this forest here. This is a great position for it. Right now we're being attacked by enemy we can't see. I'm going to get you to move up to here and you to move up to here. And I'm going to get them both to deploy units. I think having the infantry out here is a good shout. Okay, we've detected enemies. Sannies are firing. Tanks are moving up. Helicopters are not rearmed yet. Supplies coming up as well. This is going to be grindy. I'm going to lose units here. I don't really see a way that I'm not. Let's drop smoke here. I don't want my T-72s together. Both of you engage whatever this is. Okay, we've managed to push them off the point. Let's get you to these trees here. Let's get you to these trees here. Let's get our HQ unit up to here. Let's get the Shilka up to here. Supply trucks need to come up to here. T-72's got smoked. I'm going to drop artillery back here. I don't want to attack everyone on this axis, but that's what's kind of happening here. The T-72s are not in a great engagement right now, but I don't really want to move them off it. We've got a great support from our AI ally here. There's my artillery strike. There is more riflemen back here. Let's bring our Shilka forward. It is quite good at just mulching infantry. There you go. This unit here has been retreated. Whew. Okay. This isn't a great environment for tanks, honestly. So I'm happy to leave them out in the open. Our artillery is getting counter battery. Let's move it. Helicopters are ready. Let's bring them up here. They're not quite ready, actually. They need a little bit more ammo, but I don't have supplies. So 2 next stage has no one defending it right now. Artillery strike from up north. I'm going to bring the tanks forward a little bit. I'm going to order you to here. And I'm going to order you to here. I'm going to bring the Shilka up as well. I think we might just need that extra anti-tank fire. HQ is giving all of the people here buffs, but not the T-72s. Let's bring the supply trucks back to here. With 3 minutes to try and complete this mission. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a big risk. I'm going to order the Shilka to here. That's that unit wiped out. These riflemen are moving into this position here. We need to take Vogtai North and Vogtai East before we can take 2 next stage. There's something back here. Oh, what's this? Oh. Something down here as well.
Zone captured.
Okay, we've got way more enemies here than I thought we did. Let's actually pull them out. We've taken Vogtai East. Got my supply unit. To move to here. Oh, I just retreated the... That's fine. So we've got quite a lot of stuff here still to deal with. 2 minutes to try and take the last point. We're capping Vogtei North now. Let's get these... These riflemen are quite depleted, but they do have anti-tank. Oh, did we just lose? We just lost our... We just took a direct hit up here and lost the whole squad. I'm pretty sure... No, there they are there. I thought there was a squad sitting here. It's the enemy squad that I was thinking. Oh, there's a Strela there.
Captured.
That'll be a coup if we can capture that. Okay, we've taken all these points here. Let's see if we can get eyes on what's over here with the BRDM. Bring the HQ units up here. We're going to resupply our tanks with the supply units. We only have 9 supplies left. Let's get the Sani up as well. We're just going to have to do what we can. We'll wait for our helicopters to come back. We have 2 minutes. The AI is going to swarm in from the north. Okay, we've got... The BRDMs are detecting enemy units for us. And our BTR-70 are firing their cannons. That's all I want them to do right now. Shilka Sani should be firing on this position as well. Okay, let's get our tanks up. Let's get 1 tank unit here. And 1 tank unit here. I shouldn't really be attacking from the front, actually. Let's get the other one here as well. Oh, that T-72 unit has been wiped out. That gives me the opportunity to move my tanks forward. 1 minute 28. That's a Conquerors unit, I'm pretty sure. No, it's BTR-70, okay. It's a fire support team. Fire support teams have extra anti-tank and man pads. Let's get the BRDM to join in the engagement. And we'll start moving our riflemen forward as well. We have massive overwhelming firepower. We just need to capture the point now. It's imperative. We've got 1 minute to capture this point. This is just an artillery unit back here. 40 seconds to capture the point. I don't think we're going to do it. $30 seconds to capture the point. It's going to be such a shame if I have to do another mission. Another phase just to capture 1 point. If I get more units in, does it capture quicker? 18 seconds. 13 seconds. Come on. Well, that was overkill. 3, 2.
Zone captured. Total
We did it.
domination achieved.
We did it. We did it. Literally down to the last seconds. But we took every location and won the mission. Wow. Oh. Okay. Red team lost 21 units. Blue lost 175. An AI BMP2 team actually got the most kills. 3 rifleman unit, 3 BTR-70s, 2 Acatasias. I'm not sure what that is. I think it's I'm not sure what the dot actually stands for. Is that a command unit? I'm not sure. We've got 2 T-72s, 2 BDRMs, 2 BBMP-1Ps, 2 BDR-70s, 1 BMP-1, 1 Strela 10. Our tanks took out quite a lot as well. But this BMP-2 team really did a lot of work. 4 T-55s and 2 T-72Ms for our helicopters. BDR-70s took out a couple of things. So the AI kind of just carried me there is basically what I'm saying. All right. That is that phase. We're done with this map. We've now unlocked the next map by completing this. So let's just have a look at what we've got to say here. So we've picked up 369 operational authority points there for capturing everything, which means we can really buff our units up. And the operation log, Dead City Radio. Electronic Warfare Battalion has finally unpacked. They will be jamming the local comms, so they'll also have a harder time reorganizing. With them using the same radio sets as us, expect to be affected too. So they are jamming us and them. Great work. Phase 4, Cadence. Ahead lies Mulhausen, where the FRD nerve center must be located. Commence the attack immediately, don't let them slip away. We cannot afford to wait for the rest of the division, but the forward elements of the 14th Panzer Regiment will support you during the attack. Poland, Note 2. A good 2/3 of the Ledwałwocka Polski was either actively opposing the Loyalists and Soviet troops or at least ignoring their arriving orders. North Group of forces far outmatched the rebel LWP units in firepower and organization, but there's only so much ground several understrength divisions can control. While logistics could be partially rerouted through Czechoslovakia, it would take time. For a moment, GSFG was left almost entirely dependent on their own supply stocks. So Poland is turning into a real hotspot right now, and possibly an opportunity for Western forces to take advantage of that if they want to. We have 369 deployment forces. We're definitely going to reinforce everybody here. We're probably going to upgrade this to a T-72M1 squad. We might look at picking up one of these. So the Stern Armor Task Force doesn't really seem that great. It gets me at level 3 a T-55AM2 squad. Actually, that's 6 tanks. I wonder if 6 T-55s is worth it. That's 6 73mm cannons, I think. What is it? 6 100mm guns. Maybe. And it also gets me another unit of 3 SANI, so it's only 3 rather than 6, which is what we've got in our other one. The upgraded Apparat Mechanized Task Force will eventually get us to a BMP-1P with 4 squads of riflemen, and a unit of 3 Godvika, which is a long-range artillery unit, which could be quite useful, and another artillery strike. Or the Mechanized Task Force, which is a Russian unit, will eventually get us BRM-1Ks, which are a better scout unit than our BRM-DMs, I believe, and it will get us assault engineers, and a very big artillery barrage. And the assault engineers clear those barricades really, really quickly, unlike the other units which take a while to clear them. But I'll think about that before our next deployment. We also need to increase our deployment points so we can get those other tanks on the battlefield. And we definitely need more supplies. We do not have enough supplies anywhere near. This needs a lot of investment. Each one of these will get us 200 more supplies. We need a fair amount of those. But for now, that's that mission complete. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Ciao for now. Bye.